case this is advanced settings for the Pioneer AppRadio SPH-DA120. A bit of information that no one really shows you or skips through, which you probably want to know a bit more about it before you bought it. I mean, this is an entry-level app radio from Pioneer. It is basically an AM/FM radio with Bluetooth and CarPlay. There's no CD, nothing like that. You do have some video inputs, and I'll show you those as well. One thing I should say first is you've got the green wire at the back, big long one. This is for your handbrake, so the unit thinks that you are stationary. This basically needs to be earthed. You can earth it off the chassis of the radio or off the black negative wire on the loom. But you want to do that because it does open up more settings in the menus. So we've just got the box standard radio at the moment. If we go to settings, I mean, first thing, you see that time is wrong, day is wrong. There is no way to set the date and time on this unit. There is a clock setting, but it's not to set the clock. You have to plug in the GPS receiver that comes with it, and it picks up the date and time from the satellites. So let's have a look at some settings. Basically, you've got 6 categories down the side. The top one is favourites. Then you've got system settings, themes, audio, video setup, and your Bluetooth menu. Now your favourites basically just shortcuts to any other setting, so you can star them like that, and then they're in your favourites for quick access. That's it basically. Okay, so system settings, AV source settings. You've got mix track, radio settings, tag forwarding, and Bluetooth audio. Mix track, I don't really know what that is. It's just an EQ by the looks of it. Radio settings, just your usual. It's annoying you can't scroll, if you scroll in the wrong place it does select the start. Traffic announcement, news, alternative frequencies, stuff like that. Bluetooth audio, just on and off. Then you've got theme settings. You've got 2 pages for these. You've got the actual menus, which is called home, and then you've got AV, which is for instance like your Bluetooth streaming page, you know, now playing kind of thing. So start with illumination. You can change the colour of the buttons: blue, red, orange, green, white. You can also pick any variation of those colours, or you can have it on random, on rainbow. You can also select a different colour when you're in the menus rather than in an app, so to speak. And you've got themes. So you've got purple, red, orange, green, or blue. Background, you've got background images. Nice and boring. Couple of videos. That's my favourite. Some lines. And by the looks of it, you can add your own as well. Well, we've got an EQ. No, or nothing. Stick with that one. Okay, so that was background illumination theme. Then you've got clock. Basically, you've got an old counter style. You've got a bold version, standard and off. Splash screen is the startup screen, so I've changed mine to that. Plain black is the default, or you can have a blue screen, or you can add your own. Okay, so the audio menu, obviously you've got your EQ, you can edit them and then save them, or you can just choose a preset. Fader balance, obviously front, back, left and right. Your mute level, which is basically pause or just attenuate the volume. I always have attenuate. Rear speaker on and off. You've got an output, 2 phonos on the back. Same with the sub. Speaker level, so you can knock each speaker down independently, or you can just do a preset. Crossover, which cut off points. Listening position, that's exactly the same. Time alignment, you can have a delay on one of the channels. The rest is information. Video setup. Obviously, your usual DVDs. Slideshow, I've yet to be able to use that. Video signal setting is obviously just PAL NTSC. Leave it on auto, don't need to touch it. Video output as well. Then your Bluetooth. There's only space for 3 phones there, so maybe that's the maximum, I don't know. Auto connect. Visibility of the unit. Pin code input. When you actually pair your phone, you don't have to put the pin code in. You just get a notification saying like a random number, and then you can confirm it on your phone and confirm it on the screen, and that's it, done. Device information is just what's connected. Auto answer, ringtone, invert name, not 100% sure what that does. And obviously you're clearing your menus. And one little trick you can do is you can choose whether you're using iPod or Android, iPhone, iPod or Android. Turn your AV input on and off, auxiliary input on and off. And you've got camera settings. Basically you can turn the backup camera on and off. You can also put camera view on and off, which could be a good idea. If you turn that on, then whilst you're listening to the radio, when you don't touch the screen, it will automatically switch to the camera. You can disable it and it won't come on again by pressing the X, or if you touch any buttons or the screen, it comes back to life. And then we'll switch back to the camera about 5 seconds later. Turn that off, that's off now. Back to the settings. So see, it's turned off now. You've got parking assistance guide, which you can turn on and off, and then you can put your lines on there as well. The scroll is obviously just the title. CarPlay setting is your driving position, which basically is your Siri button down the bottom here, and your information about signal. You can swap that to the right hand side if you so wish. Safe mode, you want to turn that off because that unlocks all the menu options. Demo mode, turn that off. That basically means you can actually turn off the display, but the radio's still on. If demo mode was on, you'd have this stupid Pioneer image telling you about it. Language, restore settings, turn that nasty beep off. Picture adjustment, this is a good one. Everyone says that you can't change the brightness of the screen. Well, yes you can. You do have to have the parking brake on now. That's this green wire that needs to be earthed. You can't get to this menu without having the handbrake on, or the fake handbrake on. So you can change the brightness, contrast, the dimmer, and the temperature of the colour. And you can also do that separately for the video input as well. That's about it really for settings. So if I get a radio, obviously you've got auto seek if you hold it. And if you want to save it, you hold it into the position and it locks it there, and then just switching between, you just press 1, 2, 3 or back to the preset. As per any other radio, you'd have a shortcut for radio, Bluetooth audio, auxiliary and the rear input. So if we go auxiliary, if I had iPod plugged in or anything like that, and you also can add video to that. Rear is a rear view, you can have it mirrored of what you're doing on here. Again, you have to utilise the handbrake cable because they don't like you having anything to do with video whilst you're driving. And phone, this is connected through Bluetooth. Can't really do anything now because I'm using my phone to record, but you've got voice, your keypad, recent calls, phone book, and preset dial list. I imagine you add that to the unit itself. You also get battery display, signal display. You actually get more details on this than you do on the actual CarPlay. So all you get is signal, you don't get anything to do with battery. And that's about it really. I have chopped mine up. I've basically extended the ribbon for the screen because you can't remove the screen from the unit as an anti-theft. So I'm kind of stuck with that anyway, but it's a double DIN case, and to be honest with you, there is nothing in there. It does basically just use a single DIN really, but the way they've spaced it out, all the electronics is smack bang in the middle, and there's a fan inside as well, so you can't really chop it down that easy. So I was going to try and thin the box down and fit it into a single DIN, but that's not going to happen. So instead I've just extended the screen so I can just put this box somewhere else, because it is absolutely pointless having that in my dash when all I need is this thin little screen. The ribbon I had to buy from China, it's a 60 pin, and I just bought some female connector blocks just to extend them, because I could only get 20cm lengths. That's it. Any comments, let me know. I'll answer any questions. Thanks for watching.